Hey guys, welcome back to the Bucket Think Tank. So today we're going to talk about, a not quite fan request, but it felt like a fan request. So I got a new subscriber, and he really liked that we covered Blue Marvel in Doctor Doom. And the weird thing is, I could not cover Blue Marvel in Doctor Doom. He was important in that issue, but he really liked because apparently no one talked about Blue Marvel, and I was like, well, yeah, sort of. He doesn't have his own book, like his own ongoing series, and he's not on the Avengers. He's not really anywhere. The first time I saw him was, I believe, in Civil War Two, and in various verses communities like on Facebook, you hear people talk about Blue Marvel like he's the other Marvel answer to Superman, and I think in a way it's true. And here's the thing: characters like Blue Marvel, Sentry, Hyperion, really ridiculously powerful characters don't really work in the long sense. It's one of the reasons why they don't really have long ongoing series like Superman does. And the reason is because, well, they don't really do anything. Really powerful characters have to have something more than just I'm powerful. Superman's story is never really about who he can beat. If you go into a Superman story looking for that, you're gonna be disappointed because it's kind of dull. I mean, he's already died. Superman's strength is that he's as strong as he needs to be. Death Battle was very clear about this. Superman's power is limitless, so his stories don't reflect the limits of his power. He doesn't really care about that. It's really just about him making an impact on the world, going around being the best he can and inspiring others to do that. So the characters have to stand for something. That's why there's a lot of really great mainstay characters. Like, your mainstay characters are mainstays for a reason. And going into Blue Marvel, I was sort of wondering, well, what is it? I heard it once before that the government shut him down as a superhero, and I didn't quite get what that meant. So why is he back? And this story here sort of explains that. Actually, there's no sort of, it flat out explains it. And I think if this is the only Blue Marvel book, I think that's fine. I think there has to be a real discussion about where Blue Marvel goes after this. And I think that's the really big question. It might be why he doesn't have any other series. Like Silver Surface had a series. Maybe Blue Marvel should be on the Defenders next. But anyway, this book explains, well, the origins of Blue Marvel, of Adam Bashir as the superhero, and his outing as a black man. So the story opens up with the Avengers getting their butts handed to them, and the book doesn't really explain to you how in the beginning, but all you have to know is that this Anti-Man, as he's called, is putting the hurt on the Avengers, and this is a team of Iron Man, Hercules, a lot of heavy hitters, Miss Marvel, so we get the idea that this team is getting put through the ringer, and then all of a sudden Anti-Man disappears. And so then Mr. Fantastic and Tony Stark, they try to figure out what's going on here, and Tony comes across, while searching secret Shield files, about Blue Marvel, and they find out that Blue Marvel fought Anti-Man before, and then this leads this whole sort of like investigation as to exactly what happened to Blue Marvel, who was he, and what was really cool about that in my mind was what happened to Adam Bashir. So when he was outed in the battle with Anti-Man, his mask comes off and everyone saw he was a black man. There was the country was ultimately divided. There were all of a sudden, because this happened just a few years before the civil rights movement. So all of a sudden, even when Blue Marvel saves a bunch of kids from a burning building or whatever, he's still getting all these hateful words from white people about how he's a danger. A lot of just really horrible racist things. But at the same time, the black community hasn't warmed to him either. They're calling him Uncle Tom. They're burning down their own communities. Like, this isn't who we wanted. Like, who's this guy? Why is he saving the white people? Um, I want to give points to this book for showing how divisive the situation was. Like, there's these fringe groups, and fringe groups make the most noise. And it feels like the government feels like, Blue Marvel is sort of offsetting everything. That, he's too polarizing at this time. Maybe in a few more years, he should come back. And it is with a heavy heart that the president, he requests that, Adam Bashir step down. Adam Bashir, who, as they found out, and when they looking him up, he's He's a very gifted student. He's top graduate, I believe, Harvard. He served in the military. He's a war hero. He's as much an All-American as an All-American could be. So him being a superhero should be like, the icing on the cake. It's great. He would be a great icon, but it's not enough. So they ask him to step down. He's given a medal, and it all feels kind of frustrating. I love that Adam Bashir's stance is when he's found again, you get the idea that he's frustrated, he's angry, but he's making the best of it. He understands the government's position. And to me, that position reminded me a bit of the deleted song from the musical Hamilton. And it was the third cabinet battle, and they're talking about slavery. And the thing you have to know about cabinet battles in Hamilton is they're all pretty much the same thing. The two that are there, Cabinet Battle 1 and Cabinet Battle 2, are just about Hamilton being right. Hamilton is able to take this instantly correct position, and Jefferson just looks like an idiot. And the third one doesn't do that. Jefferson brings up a good point, and even Washington brings up a good point about how this petition to end slavery, yeah, it's morally correct, but we don't have any real way to do it that the country will be able to handle. And it's an uncomfortable truth. It's an uncomfortable reality. And that's what I think Adam Bashir has to deal with. The uncomfortable truth that as much as he would like to just help, he's not really helping the community. It's created division. And it's not right. But it's the reality. So Tony Stark spent a lot of time finding out more and making these huge moral grandstands to the world. And that's sort of what Tony does. And there's nothing he's wrong, but it's just sort of after the fact. Everyone that's alive that was there is old as dirt. And then we get the reveal of who Ant-Man is. And that's a really good reveal. Not gonna lie. I don't even want to reveal who it was, but how that story works. And this is what's really great about the story is Adam Bashir comes off as someone who is very much aware of both sides of the argument. And he doesn't agree with both sides. And he's more interested in the potential of humanity. That yes, there are horrible people out there, but for the most part, people are generally good, generally kind, generally accepting and tolerant. And I think the real story for Blue Marvel would have to be something like that. And I think that he would really be the sort of middle ground on social issues. And honestly, going by this fight, I don't really quite get why people think Blue Marvel is stronger than Superman. I mean, I get the visual representation, which is the idea that he beats someone who beats people like Iron Man and Miss Marvel. When you stack all that together, yeah, he's more than likely strong. They're going through people like She-Hulk and Sentry, but I don't know. I don't think it's there yet. And I don't think it matters really that he's stronger than Superman. I think it's a really lame comparison to say, well, he's stronger than Superman. No one really cares. What the readers will want is a good story with a good character. Adam Bashir is a good character. And I want to thank, I can't speak, Kevin Grevedo, I hope I pronounced that right, for writing Adam Legend of the Blue Marvel. Because this is a great character. I think for social justice Marvel that people have been rallying against what leads to Comicsgate, I think this book is what those people think they're writing, in my opinion. Anyway, did you read this book? Let me know what you thought about it. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will catch you all later. This is Bugger Think Tank signing off. Thanks for watching, and as always, may your fandom serve you well.